Also, this might seem like a bit of an oversight, but anyone who doesn't read descriptions and asks questions that have already been answered there will not get a response. Okay guys, I had a little video request done. Someone wanted me to show them how exactly my hard drive went to my PlayStation, what it looks like, and I'll also explain the mod behind it. Here are the pieces that I need. This is my hard drive. This is the online adapter. The hard drive connects to the online adapter with this. Fits in right there. Plugs in. Then, it goes into my PlayStation. Just like so. Right into that little bag. Now, when I turn it on, one minute. It'll boot from my hard drive. You can see when it's reading from my hard drive when this little light goes on in 1 second. You might even be able to hear it spinning around. See that little light? Now what it's doing is it's loading up hdloader. Sorry again for all those interlace lines. They can't really be helped. And those are all my games. From there I can play any one of them. Now, there's a little mod behind this one. Instead of using the hdloader disk like I showed some of you guys and told some people how to do, I've got a little bit of a secret trick, and I'll show you. As you can see, this game is Gran Turismo 2. And what my PlayStation is equipped to do is it has the PS1 exploit on it, which means that whenever I put a certain game, PlayStation 1 game, into my PlayStation, which I set to Gran Turismo, instead of booting up Gran Turismo like it normally would, it loads up a program from my memory card. And I'll show you that. Before you guys saw that it would run hdloader, if I take it in my memory card, what should happen is Gran Turismo should play. Now we got the PlayStation game going. Now, I'll show you everything we can do with my little exploit. I'll even show you that I'll kept the same game. It's still Gran Turismo. You can hear my PlayStation boot up normally. So we'll load that in. Here's the PS1 exploit. From here, you guys really probably won't be able to read it. I can go from my hdloader, I can go to file browser, do cogswap, MC format, which is a hard drive utility. I can allow different partitions on my hard drive, and my PS2. It's a media player. I can put MP3s and movies and things like that on my PlayStation. I don't have any right now. I don't find it to be that useful. So I'll show you the file browser. Here's everything that my PlayStation has. MC0 is my memory card in my first slot. MC1 is the one in my second one. I don't have one, so there's nothing there. HDD, that's the hard drive. CDFS is the CD inside of the hard drive, or in the PlayStation. Mass is if I happen to have a USB device, such as this one. It will now read from my PlayStation. And I'll show you. I'll go to it, and we'll see what files I've got on there. Couple songs and backups for doing this sort of thing. Now host. That is just like the PlayStation BIOS. It allows me to go back to the PlayStation Explorer or window browser and things like that. And miscellaneous. It's just like everything else that just happens to be around. Here I can also store files on my hard drive and use them to load up too. It just takes a minute for it to start reading from the hard drive. See, there are all my files. My games are in there too. I've got memory card backups because I've got too many games to play on one memory card. In my memory card, you can see all my game files. There, that's just better. Allows you to see their name. And I'll go down here to my system configuration. There's a program here called launch-elf.cnf, cogswap.elf, and boot.elf. What those do is those are the programs that get triggered whenever my PlayStation 1 game goes in to the PlayStation. And it loads up these special screens. Now, there's another question that I got asked, and that was, how do you take your hard drive from your PlayStation into your computer? So I'll show you guys that right now. Now, just 1 second, guys. I'm doing this in one continuous frame, mainly because my battery on my camera is almost dead, and so it also shows you exactly how I do it. Let's turn on a light for you. And here's my Dell computer. It's not that great, but it works. Now, I'm going to assume that I'm going to teach you guys a little bit of computer engineering and taking apart your computer and installing a secondary hard drive. So the first step you want to do is you want to take the power out of your computer. And then hit the power button, and that will ground your computer. It means you won't get a shock. Now, gotta turn my computer over and open it. 1 second. Now you can see my motherboard, my disk drives, and that's where my hard drives are. So, there's little things on a hard drive. They're right there. It's called jumpers. You can't really see it too great on this camera. But it's right beside that. It's the second section from the right. That's your jumpers. Every hard drive's settings are different, so you always got to consult your actual hard drive. It'll tell you right there. And that's not too great either. But you want to set yours to cable select or CS. And then you want to put it in your computer. Plug in the power. Plug in the IDE. Then, when you go to turn it on, it should work. One sec. Now my computer has power, so we'll load it up. And voila. Now, because this is a PlayStation 2 formatted disk drive, it won't recognize in Windows, so you have to use a program called WinHip. That's spelled WinHIP. I'll show you. When I go to start up WinHip, in WinHip, there's a thing labeled Select Drive. I'll select my PS2. And those are all my games. From here you can add images, delete them, edit their settings, make them run, and there's still only one disk drive on my computer according to Windows, which is not true. So there you go. If there's any more questions, be free to ask me. I'll answer as many as I can.